Hey, this is Terry Bean. Today's episode of Business Growth Time, we're going to be talking about Pinterest versus Instagram. Which one should you be spending more time on? With me, as always, is my good friend, lovely co-host, and ultimate social media diva, Janet E. Johnson, where today the E stands for eponymous.
Why do you use words that I don't know the meaning of?
You know what? I'm going to be totally honest with you. I have looked up the word eponymous. It was 30 years ago, but the reason it popped into my head today, it's the name of the first greatest hits album by REM.
Oh, yes, I do remember that, actually. I do remember that.
Right? So, and that was a good album, and we'll have to look up eponymous, and maybe while you're educating the people, another good
You'll come back with the meaning.
I'll look up eponymous, because somebody knows, somebody listening knows.
Yeah.
Feel free to put it in
I don't. It sounds like hippopotamus.
Or hippocampus, which would be even cooler.
Exactly.
You're like, yeah, I don't know what that is either.
Yeah.
All right, so this is really your show, because I have Instagram and I use it occasionally. I have Pinterest and I use it basically never. So I don't know much. I don't have a lot to add. So I'm going to ask some questions and learn some stuff.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
I'm the driver.
Let me ask you a question first. So what do you see Instagram and Pinterest being, what types of businesses would you say that you see them being good for?
Well, first and foremost, visual, right? If you've got products or services that people need to see, I think Pinterest and Instagram are probably ideal. But I wouldn't know, if you're a flower shop, gosh, I can't imagine that not being perfect for it. If you're in the restaurant business, catering, food, anything where presentation and prettiness is important to your success, I think those tools would be ideal.
Perfect. Yep, you got it. They are just extremely visual. And any company can actually embrace it, even marketing companies like ours. Or a website company, or the dentist, anything like that can embrace any of them. You just have to be very creative about what you're posting and come up with creative, beautiful images on both platforms, but both are different. So yeah, I'm a fan of both, but we will dig into, in the end, I will give my viewpoint of the winner. Now, let's start with what they both offer. The biggest thing is the visual, and they both offer pictures and video. So a lot of people don't realize that Pinterest has video too.
I didn't realize that.
Yep. So we can, they're actually expanding their video platform part of it also. I don't know a whole lot about that new piece of it, but I have always, you can pin your YouTube videos directly from YouTube to drive the traffic to your YouTube channel.
Oh. So it gives it the little thumbnail and says, hey, here's the title of the video, and you click it and you go over to YouTube.
You got it.
It's not embedded into Pinterest. It's just the image.
The picture.
Right?
You got it. And for myself, when I do videos on YouTube, I always do a custom thumbnail image so it looks good, and then that's what would actually end up being pinned over.
Not this look?
No, exactly.
It always captures. And for those of you listening, you already know the face that I just made. It was the one where you're talking and kind of squinting one eye and your head's tilted sideways and your mouth is dangling open. Sorry.
Exactly. You got to change it. And now Facebook, has the same situation where you got to go through and pick the best of the worst images, the clips possible.
There's an election joke in there.
All right, so let's get into, I'm not sure which one I want to start with, but let's do Instagram. Okay, so Instagram. The number one piece that I see with Instagram would be brand awareness.
Okay.
It really can get your brand out there because of the use of hashtags. Hashtags are like a keyword where people are searching those all the time, and you could be found with the hashtags. And so the brand awareness you reach a lot of people and there's a lot of engagement and people love, how many times have you posted on Facebook, and Terry will relate to this, and you do a post that you think is, oh, this is awesome post, and it's crickets. Nobody's liked it. Not one single like, not one single comment. You feel like nobody's seen it at all.
I've never had that happen.
Never, huh? Yours are just way too cool.
Didn't just happen yesterday at all, right? I had one comment and one like, and it was the person I tagged. Granted, it was a smash you in the face post, and most people are wise to stay the hell away from it because it was probably going to incite a riot. But I expected somebody to step up and do something.
Got it. Okay. See. So it does happen a lot on Facebook. And especially on pages, unless you're paying for it. So with Instagram, the difference is it really, if you're using, you want to use specific, and we're not going to get into an Instagram lesson right now, but if you use these specific hashtags and use enough of them, it's going to draw an audience of people that already follow you, but a lot of people also that don't even know who you are. So you're going to get a lot of action. I mean, most of my posts get on Instagram if they're pretty good. I mean, if they're put with the proper hashtags and their custom image, that kind of thing, I can get 30 to 50, 60, 70 likes on them.
Wow.
So, and it continues on for, maybe a day or so. So that's the other thing that I wanted to mention is it does get lots of action, but it's very short term.
So it's basically a 24-hour shelf life, and then like Twitter, it's just gone.
It's gone. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly. So it just.
So let me ask a real quick question.
Yes.
If anybody listening wants an Instagram lesson and that we focus on teaching Instagram in one of these shows, hit us up. Let us know. You can pop that in the Business Growth Time or just comment on the post here.
Cool. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Instagram or Pinterest. And we'll, like I said, get into the Pinterest side too. And then the other thing, and some people, believe it or not, don't know this, so I want to mention it. It is owned by Facebook. So it is connected to Facebook. So what does that mean? It is connected to the Facebook Ads Manager. So now you can create an ad and you can target the audiences of Facebook, all those interest groups or the behaviors or anything like that, the ages, the male, female. You can target those, pull from the Facebook and target that on Instagram too. So that is very important to know. It's that's really how you can get out there and create that. Once again, it's brand awareness. And the reason that I push that it's brand awareness is I have found that, and I know other people may have different results, but I have found that with the clients that I've worked with and for myself, there is not a lot of click-through, meaning you get a link, one link in your bio. People don't click on that image and get taken to a web page. They stay inside of Instagram unless they go to your bio, which is an extra step, and click on the link in your bio. That's why a lot of people, so if we had a recent show, and yes, Terry and I are on Instagram.
You're making the raise the roof motion.
Yeah, if you search hashtag #BizGrowthTime, you will find all of our posts. So we're hashtagging everything with that. So
there's like 7 of them.
Yeah. And daily we are putting all of our past shows on there. So there will be a whole bunch more.
Can I ask another question?
Yes.
Because I guess it would be 2 because that was 1. I see photos on Instagram and I really like and I want to share and I click the share button, but it looks like I have to select the person to whom I want to share it. I can't just share it and amplify that message.
You really want it to be your own content. And there are apps called Repost and there's other apps too. They keep cutting us off. Like basically Repost changed so that you have to take a screenshot, save it into your images, and then upload it manually it's a multi-step process, whereas we used to be able to go to Repost and just hit repost.
Oh.
So they really, Instagram, that is the biggest thing with Instagram that bugs me. They really make it difficult to schedule anything. They really want you to have this phone in your hand and be hands-on with everything.
Well, that's lame. But because even when you screenshot some of that stuff, like the formatting becomes totally wonky, and and you're like, well, I guess I won't be sharing that. Okay, well, thank you. I'm so glad that you answered that, even though it was the wrong answer and not the one I was looking for.
So basically, Instagram is very mobile, very much mobile, and you need to be, very comfortable using the mobile devices, or the iPads, whatever it may be.
Like a Galaxy, like by Samsung, for instance.
Oh yeah, your thing. Yeah, exactly.
Janet's an iPhone user. Carry on.
All right, Pinterest. Let's get into Pinterest, and then we'll just kind of talk about the differences. Pinterest, well, just to go off of what we were just talking about, Pinterest can be mobile, and it's very desktop friendly too. So that's a big thing with it makes it easier to be able to schedule posts, that kind of thing. You don't schedule posts through Pinterest, but I'm going to put a shout out to Tailwind. The Tailwind app is amazing. If you are going to be focusing on Pinterest, you need the Tailwind app.
They need to pay us for that.
Actually, I do have an affiliate link, but I'm not even carrying right now. So if anybody wants to hit me up so I get paid for it, great. But
good for you, kid.
So Pinterest, here's the thing. It is a traffic driver. It is brand awareness too, but it's less brand awareness than Instagram, I feel. You really can just whoosh out there with the brand awareness because of the fast pace with Instagram, whereas Pinterest isn't as much. It is, though, the biggest traffic driver out of any social platforms I've ever used. So
to this day, is that true?
Mm-hmm, to this day, yes. With one of my clients that I've worked with the last 6 months, we did the numbers, and we looked at, and we spent a lot of money on Facebook ads. And we actually had more traffic to their website through Pinterest with not a dollar spent. Organic.
Now, and it's in that business is in the jewelry space. Yeah. Is that accurate? Okay.
Yep.
And so it's obviously very visual.
Yes.
And that's very, very interesting.
It is. Yes. It was very interesting to see those numbers. I mean, not any paid. Now, we will be looking into the paid side of it, but at this point, it's working for organically. So we really don't have to at this point. I've heard e-commerce works really well with Pinterest paid. So something to think about too.
Good to know.
For an e-commerce, the other thing is it is a search engine. So meaning it's a social bookmarking site and it's searched by keywords. They do not like hashtags. Hashtags are not Pinterest friendly. It's keywords. So you literally can get rid of Google and just use Pinterest. I mean, it was funny because somebody asked, what would you get rid of, Facebook or Google? And I say Google because I just go over to Pinterest instead to search for things. I search for things all the time on Pinterest. And I do that because I know, I was even looking at, my eye swelled up from being in the sun for some reason. I wanted to see why it was all pink the other day. So I went into Pinterest to search it. It was stupid. But
really?
That's where I go.
Did you get the answer?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I found all sorts of, and then I clicked on the image. It took me to their website, and then I got all the information I needed. Yep.
Is Pinterest really girly? Because I get are you sure?
You got to listen to the Manly Pinteresting show is what it's called. Manly Pinteresting.
That's so
There's
awesome.
Guys our golf company does fantastic on Pinterest. Fantastic.
No kidding. Well, because women are buying golf stuff for their husbands, right?
The guys too.
I don't know, man.
Okay, now let me tell you, it is.
I had to turn in my man card to get on when I signed up. It was like so just.
It's 70% women. So It is more women than men, but we can get traction with the men too. So
cool.
It is more women. So definitely the deck company I'm working with now, we just got our Pinterest going. And, you know, in that industry, in the home improvement, it tends to be the women that actually make the decisions anyway. People think, oh, I'm targeting the men. No, you're really not. You're targeting women.
If you're targeting the men, you're doing it wrong.
Exactly. So I think it can work for any business, but yeah, it is 70% women. So if you're a visual business that your target market's women, Pinterest is for you, for sure.
That's really, really interesting. You know, I had my phone flashed, right? It totally reset about a month ago. And so I just looked at the numbers of followers I have on Instagram and the numbers of followers I have on Pinterest. And Pinterest, I had to like sign back in, right? So I haven't looked at Pinterest in probably a couple of months would be my guess. But I kid. Pinterest has got a lot of good value, and there are men there.
Yeah. I mean, it's something, you know, you can do secret boards too. So it's kind of cool. Like I do certain things that I found so many recipes or exercises, a lot of exercises. And if I'm like, I don't need the public to see this, you can save it all on a secret board. So it's social bookmarking. You save things and you can go back to them really easily. Whereas think about Facebook and Instagram. How easy is it to go find something that you had fun? Pinterest is beautiful for that.
Remember on 9/10 in 2012, I did something that I shared.
You get the memories. I don't get the memories.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why they did that to you. That's just mean.
I know. All right. Well, one last tip with Pinterest. The biggest thing I would say all these things are big, but the other thing, the difference is between Instagram. Remember, Instagram was very short term, lots of action, fast, but then it's gone. Whereas Pinterest has the longevity, and it has, out of any platform, the best longevity I've ever seen. Wow. I have posts. I have an orthodontist dentist product, and I had done these infographics probably, I think it's been 4 years now. And I still get traffic, people sharing those infographics 4 years later. That's unheard of. I mean, and it's a lot of traffic, not just a little bit, it's a lot. And then I get leads because I have opt-ins on there. So I get leads all the time, and that's my only place that I really market it. So
you know that those leads are coming directly from there. Wow, that's really cool.
Exactly. So not to say that your stuff is going to last for 4 years, because that's crazy. You know, YouTube can do that too. I know that, but it is definitely much, much longer than any other platform. So, you know, it's the average of about 30 days, but it can be all the way up to a year, 2 years, 3 years, that kind of thing. So longevity.
Cool. So which one do you spend more time on a weekly basis?
Well,
personally and business-wise.
That's the key. I actually spend more time on Instagram, personally, and business. But for my clients, I have done the most with Pinterest. Hands down, to me, Pinterest, I need to get my own business back on Pinterest more than I do right now. I've been really working hard for my clients on Pinterest. So we use the Tailwind app because that schedules, and it actually tells you what time of day that you should be posting, and it just fills it in, whereas you don't have to actually go, okay, I want to post this on Friday at this time. You just set it and forget, you know, it just goes. So it's actually a pretty, if you have the Tailwind app, it's a very simple it takes work, but it's not much work.
It's less work than Instagram, which you have to have the mobile device you and planned out and ready to go.
Exactly.
And do it, otherwise it doesn't happen.
And we looking at Google Stats. So if any of you are on Instagram and Pinterest and have Google Analytics, go check it out. Because typically my number in my top 10 of social media sites driving traffic, it's Pinterest. Or not, even when I wasn't even hardly doing anything, it was number 2 or 3 for me for social media platforms, getting traffic to the website. So if you're looking to build up a blog, looking to, drive that traffic to the website, absolutely do Pinterest. If you're really looking, I'm launching a new jewelry company with somebody right now, and he really wants that brand awareness to know that he's out there. Instagram is that place to be for that. So two different reasons for each.
All right. Very, very good. So you're not throwing either one of them out, though?
No, I can't. No. Ever since Facebook bought Instagram, no. I mean, there's reasons for both. There really is. Now, with this jewelry, the first jewelry company we were talking about, we did focus on Facebook and Pinterest first. We got those two going, really working well, well-oiled machine. We knew what we were doing. We do a pin to win contest every month. We get lots of shares. We have lots of engagement. Like I said, they are number one organic traffic driver for social media was Pinterest. But once we had those two going, then we went over to Instagram. Now we're getting that one going on. So don't do too much at once. Choose, pick which one out of what I just told you. If you're not on either or neither are really working for you, maybe, you're going, I'm over here, I'm over here, I'm over here. Don't do it all. Do one or two. I always suggest Facebook. So Facebook and blank, do whichever, but get those working before you go trying to jump and be everywhere and be all.
I think that's a very, very important lesson. So is that a key takeaway? Is that the key takeaway? What is a key takeaway?
Let's see. Action step. Choose one of those platforms, either Instagram or Pinterest, and get an actual schedule going with it. And if you're going to do Pinterest, you need Tailwind. If you're going to do Instagram, make sure that you are creating a content calendar so that you are taking action and learn more about it, because I didn't teach enough here where you need to know how to use those hashtags and that kind of thing too.
How many posts is too many per day or week? Is there such a thing?
Kind of like a Twitter where there really isn't.
Okay.
On Instagram. So, and with the Tailwind app on Pinterest, we do many, 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 many posts a day on Pinterest. Yeah, but it's not, it's all filled in for you, so you don't have to come up with that calendar yourself.
Now, do I have to do selfies where I'm holding my phone and looking at the picture of me on the phone as opposed to looking at like where anybody's actually gonna be, or do I not do that on either one of those? If you all could see me.
Okay, if you're using Pinterest, Pinterest is not the selfie platform. That would be Instagram. Yes, that's a good point. Very good point. Awesome. All right, well, let's finish it up. Our Facebook group is Business Growth Time. We would love to have you join us there. You can always... And that's in Facebook. Sorry, I didn't explain that well enough. You just go to Facebook and search it. We don't really have a link necessarily. And then Facebook, sorry, I can't speak today. Why don't you finish this one up?
We have other stuff too. It's somewhere, I don't know. Right.
BusinessGrowthTime.com.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, BusinessGrowthTime.com is our website. And then we also have our iTunes is BusinessGrowthTime.com/iTunes. And of course, we're on Stitcher too for Terry.
For Terry and Terry's people, right? Those googly folks. So I like this show. I thought this was fun. I thought you brought a lot of good information and helped share the distinction between these two very, very important platforms that seem similar, but clearly aren't that similar. So great job. Great insight. Thank you for sharing. And
awesome.
Thank you for listening. And we'll see you. Well, not really see you, but we'll connect with you really soon. Thank you.
Thanks.